Okay, so I'm going to do a new version of Denture Care. Not that really anything's changed, but just for a better video. Anyway, so here we are with our supplies, right? There's 10, remember, tinctures, right? 10 items. So one, this, okay, the barrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and that's how that's going to go. Now, I've already been to Mrs. Jones's room. I did my opening. I told her that we'll be back to do mouth care. And then I went and washed my hands, got my supplies. And then you're just going to go straight from washing your hands and getting your supplies straight over to the sink to do denture cares. You're not going to go back to Miss Jones beforehand. Okay, you're just going to go ahead and go do the care. So let me put this back this up so we can see everything that's going on. Maybe. Now I bet it probably won't be shaped like this at the test, but just don't work off the cabinet. Okay, don't work off the cabinet, work off of the table, because the table's clean, the cabinet's not clean. All right, so here we are at the sink. So I'm going to turn on the water. All right, my water comes out gale force around here, so. And I'm going to check it, make sure it's tepid, right? We check it, tepid, not hot, not cold, but tepid, right? Tepid means room temperature. And then I'm going to put some paper towels down in the bottom. So just in case I were to drop the dentures, that I know that they're not going to break. They're going to fall on this paper towel right here, okay? And then wash my hands because I'm fixing to put on my gloves. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm going to put on my toothpaste first. I almost did it. Okay. And then I'm going to set that down over here on the table, right over here. Okay. Then I'm going to get the cup for the patient and go ahead and put the water in it too. So that way everything over here is prepared. I have nothing else to do over here. Okay. All right. All right. Now let's put on my gloves. Maybe. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get my dentures. Okay. Got them. I'm going to rinse the top, and then I'm going to set this back over here on my table. Okay. And then I'm going to get the dentures out. I'm going to rinse them. I'm going to get the cup, and I'm going to rinse it now. Rinse, top, bottom, fill it up. Now, what I don't want to do, let me swing you around this way a little bit. What I don't want to do is bring the dentures out here. So like if I'm maneuvering around, just remember these dentures need to stay over the sink. So however you need to put your hands, whether you're just going to cross over to set this down over here, or hold them in this hand. That way you can pick up your toothbrush without like hovering over anything. Okay. Because I see people do it, and I've caught myself doing it. So you just don't want them to be over the floor, because if they're over the floor, then you can drop them, and then they're for sure enough going to break. Okay. And so when you're brushing these dentures, you're going to literally just brush all surfaces, and that's what you need to say. And I'm going to brush all surfaces of these dentures, along the roof, along the front, the biting surfaces, in the groove on the inside, all surfaces. Okay, all surfaces. Now you've got them brushed. Okay, you don't have to spend 10 minutes doing this. Just brush them. Okay, brush them, brush them, brush them. Get all surfaces. And then you're going to rinse them. Now, I would hang on to this toothbrush just for a second. So just in case you have any toothpaste that's stuck in the grooves that you can't get out, like just by water, then you can use the toothbrush to help get all that stuff out. Okay. And then once you're done with this toothbrush, you're literally going to throw it in the trash. Okay. Now, these are done. Okay. These are done. They got a crack in them right there. So we're going to put these into over here. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? Right here. I'm going to put them into this cup. Okay. And I'm going to put the lid on them. And I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm going to get a paper towel and I'm going to dry that off because I don't want to put those up wet. Okay. So they need to be dry. Another paper towel. And I'm going to turn the faucets off. Okay. And then I'm going to get my paper towels from inside the sink. All right. Don't forget those. That's one of the most common things forgotten. Okay. And then I'm going to take my gloves off. Okay. And I'm going to wash my hands. All right. Now we're done with that part of it. So we're going to come over here to Sally. Now this part will be done by a person, like a human, in a chair. Okay. Not by a mannequin. But I don't have a human, so it's gonna be Miss Jones over here. All right. Good morning, Mrs. Jones. I'm back. I was just coming to do your mouth care. Is that okay? Still okay? All right. How about, can I put a clothing protector over your chest just so we don't make any messes or anything? Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. And then I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to first, let's get this down here where you can see it. I'm going to dunk this in the water, and then I'm going to put just a small, like a pea size amount of toothpaste on here. So you're going to dunk it in the water, squeeze out the excess, okay? Put a little pea size amount on it, and then you're going to set it down, okay? Then you're going to put on your gloves. Because if you're picking up stuff, the main deal is just that you don't want to pick up a bunch of stuff before you're fixing to do care, because if you're picking up stuff, then you're picking up germs, and that's the whole point. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to pick up germs. Okay. All right. Got these gloves back on. Now let's face up towards here, towards Miss Sally. All right, Mrs. Sally. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm going to brush. I'm going to stick this in your mouth and I'm going to brush literally. And so when you do this on a real person at the test, you're really going to have water. You're really going to have toothpaste. You're really going to be doing it to a person, like for real. Okay. So you're going to literally just say, I'm going to brush all surfaces of your gums, because like we're pretending like she doesn't have any teeth, right? Because that's why she has dentures. So inside all of your gums, on the bottom, on the top, on the roof, on your cheeks, right? And then lastly on your tongue. All right. And then this can literally just go to the trash, okay? Because you just stuck it in somebody's mouth. So you don't want that, we're not going to keep it. And then they're going to take a drink and they're going to spit. Would you like another drink? Okay, perfect. Spit. Maybe one more. Perfect. Spit. Okay. And then I'm going to get this and I'm going to dab off her mouth. And I'm going to roll this away from me. Okay. And then, okay, Mrs. Sally, you've got your call light. I'll come back here in just a second after I pick up and clean up all my stuff. And then I'm going to do my closing, right? So you would take this to the sink, dump, rinse, dry, come back with a paper towel to open the drawer, to put this up, to put the dentures up, to put the toothpaste up, okay? This right here, you could either dump it in here so that you can just throw the cup away, or throw the cup away at the sink, however you want to dispose of it, and then get rid of your linens. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much. Bye.